Hey, good morning. This is Julie, and I'm going to go over why my trading setup for me is the best setup ever that I've ever gotten, and I will show it to you, um, and how I use Bloodhound to trade. I have my direction guide system, which I've gone over many times. I have a high-tech VWAP Plus, high-tech trading VWAP Plus, for the VWAP and standard deviation levels. And I have my market profile from FinAl, the MP lines, which I prefer to see market profile in a visual charted pattern versus the ABCs, TPOs. Now, granted, I don't see the single prints, and that's something I wish I did have. And I'm considering adding the TPOs to my setup so that I can see those anomalies, as John Hoagland says, that price will go back and hit those to fill them in. But I pretty much know those levels because they are a market profile level anyway that they're going to go back and hit. So let me get through this on why I think it's the best setup for me. I have momentum on the chart, which is a 1 period momentum with a 20 EMA smoothed, and then double smoothed with another 20 a 5 EMA. So it's 125. And then I have my river of gold inside the standard market profile level. I show a green band on the bottom for the value area low and a red band on the top for the value area high. But inside I have a second market profile on my chart with a 25% value area, and this is the secret sauce because price will bounce off this 25% area. And anytime that you are in your direction guide short and you see a bounce off of a let me show you. Oops. Anytime you see a bounce off of the river of gold in the direction of your direction guide, you need to take that trade because that's going to be most likely a high probability trade for that day. And that's why I like Bloodhound, because you can set these up to just execute. If you only had to take, if you're trying to limit yourself, if you have an over trading problem, what trade am I going to take that, will yield a higher probability result? Well, if you've got a trend going and it's not flat, you've got to understand the way that the market context is. If you've got a trend going and the price comes back up into this yet river of gold, that is your money making opportunity. That's where you should take a trade on that next inflection. And I can show you how to set that up to take those. If you're in Globex, I don't show my market profile in Globex. I just use the VWAP. You can take trades off the developing upper two up here. Same concept. You can get the signals. Here's another one here that touched. So you can get signals, boom, boom, boom. If you just want one or two signals so that you're not over trading, you can set your chart up like that to capture those. If you want this upper standard deviation level also, not a problem. Add one there to capture that trade. So now you're trading smart. You're not, these are how I learned how to trade was by playing Spider Solitaire. Don't laugh at me. I mean, because I'm trading, I'm fighting the market, I'm hitting the bottoms, I'm, I'm doing everything wrong that a trader could do. And while I'm sitting there at the end of the trading session, staring at my charts, going, God, what happened? Why did I not do this? I really do want money, and why am I, sabotaging myself, and blah, 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 blah. I placed Spider Solitaire to unwind. And I found that there was a pattern in Spider Solitaire. Y'all are going to laugh at me. But if you play Spider Solitaire, let me show you this pattern. You start from the right column and you empty the right column first, and then you move over to the next one. It's a pattern, and you keep going from right to left. And 9 out of 10 times, if you do this, you're going to win the solitaire game by getting the right ones first before you even get over here to the left ones. And this will win you more games in Spider Solitaire than you know what to do with. But like any other pattern, you get used to doing what you're supposed to do. And here's the secret. Because you do it over and over and over and over again. You don't change the pattern. You don't say, well, I'm bored, so I'm going to come over here and start attacking these left sides, because that's going to lose the game. You have to stay with the pattern and get the right sides first, in Spider Solitaire at least, in order to win that game. It's the same thing with trading. It just, it's a pattern. Where do these algos hit? It's over and over and over and over again. So if they, I don't like taking trades off the point of control or the VPOC or the VWAP, because I do like the VPOC, but not the VWAP. It's too choppy. But if they come up to this upper standard deviation, that's where you execute a trade short. You want to buy wholesale as much as possible. So you wait for your retracement, and instead of, how do you get in on a pullback? Well, it's at a level when you get a signal at a level. And to me, I just laid out where those levels are. And the previous point of control is a very high probability trade. If the market opens and runs up to that previous point of control level, take that trade, because there's a high probability chance that the market will turn around at that point. If it doesn't turn around at that point, it's going up further to get the value area high or another level and then turn back around. But most of the time it turns at the VPOC. And my level, instead of seeing the TPOs, I see lines on my chart because I'm a chart person. I've got the GOMI MP, the GOM MP on this chart that shows me the high volume nodes. This is another place to take trades. Like right here was a low volume node, which coincided, which confluenced with that upper VWAP deviation band. So when you have a confluence with a lower or higher volume node, blue is composite VWAP. And then here is my standard deviation for the VWAP. And I also, you can't tell, but I have a line here and a line here to show me the 25%. Use your levels. It is exactly like Spider Solitaire. I know I'm going to just like scare people and they're going to say I'm a nutbag. But if you have a pattern and you know how to trade or play a game to get winning hands over and over and over and over, you're going to sit there and do it until you're bored with that game and say, I've busted the game. It was like me hacking Atari games. I mean, folks, I'm almost 60 years old. When I was like in my early teens, the only thing out there was Atari, and we hacked those games so we could play them. They had them locked down, and we wanted the extra points. It wasn't hard. I mean, I'm not a genius or anything like that, but I mean, you know, you have to have a competitive spirit in you to trade. You want to win. You want to figure out how to win the game. And I've always been like that, even as a little tiny kid. We wanted to figure out and we wanted to win and we wanted our points. So carry that forward, and I want to win in the trading game. I want my points. I want my money. And I want to know where is the highest probability place to take a trade. And my direction guide shows me if it's going short, I should forget about taking retracements from the bottom. Who cares that it's coming back out of the upper or lower two back into value? I shouldn't be taking those, hitting those, because it's likely to whip back around. I should just be setting up my charts to trade short and let the chart show me when to get in the market. And what I like about Bloodhound is not only I set my chart up for that, it will give you several warnings. You can set up an audio alert. You can set up an email alert. So, or you can just set it up to auto trade it. And just set these signals up by themselves. Now, again, with context, if the chart is trading flat, sideways, and this is on shorts, by the way, I have set this up for shorts. If the and you set it up for shorts, you put your signal in short specifically because sometimes you get an inflection that will go up and down at these levels while it's bouncing up and down. That's why I use a larger bar, the 612 instead of a smaller bar to get my signals from. And then I can take my trade on a smaller chart if I want to, a smaller tick chart. But set your charts up to help you, not hurt you. And I hope this video has helped you.